Today, we're breaking down 13 moments where Meghan was caught on camera acting shockingly rude, including the now infamous incident where she allegedly threatened legal action against Prince William over her royal title. 1. The wheelchair incident at the Invictus Games. During Team Canada's breakfast event at the Invictus Games, cameras captured Meghan abruptly pulling athlete Adria Brochu's wheelchair toward a group photo, without asking. Brochu, mid-conversation, froze in confusion and even raised her hands in frustration.
Meghan, in the video, she appears to move this woman's wheelchair without asking her permission, and the individual stops mid-conversation, kind of shocked, as Meghan moves her towards the group for a photo, because, you know, no one loves to document their good deeds more than Meghan Markle.
Online, viewers called the move invasive and disrespectful, pointing out that a wheelchair is essentially part of a person's bodily space. 2. Meghan allegedly threatening to sue Prince William. After Prince Andrew's titles were stripped earlier this year, reports claimed Meghan became anxious that the monarchy might eventually take her Duchess title too.
Well, Meghan Markle is allegedly very worried that Prince William could move to strip her of her Duchess of Sussex title when he becomes monarch. Of course, Harry and Meghan remain the Duke and Duchess of Sussex despite giving up their royal duties 5 years ago and then going on to publicly slam the monarchy.
According to royal insiders, she was especially worried about Prince William supporting such a move once he becomes king, allegedly threatening legal action if her title was ever touched. Critics said Meghan fully understood the financial value of the title and wasn't willing to risk losing it. 3. The red carpet, "Aren't you busy?" moment. At a Suits premiere event, Meghan was called forward for an interview, but instead of waiting for questions, she immediately fired back at the interviewer with, "Aren't you busy?"
Good. For a lot of different outlets.
Aren't you busy? Very, very busy.
So is there a life for Rachel that doesn't involve Mike if he goes to jail?
Women dressed up in
I certainly hope so.
As an actress, I certainly hope so. But I think also it's sort of like just professionally, you look at these people, and like what I love about Rachel is that she's so committed to her career as well. And
She's prepared for the possible outcome of him going to jail.
I think she has to be, right? And with that said, no matter how much you prepare yourself, like realistically, when that moment actually happens, what is that?
So what is her role in in building the defense with Harvey and Jessica?
Well, she's really become sort of Harvey's right hand.
Throughout the exchange, she appeared impatient, cutting off the interviewer and showing visible annoyance. 4. The "Don't touch me, kid" reaction at Invictus. During Prince Harry's 39th birthday celebration in 2023, Meghan leaned in to interact with a child standing beside Harry. The child stiffened and repeatedly pulled away, clearly uncomfortable, while Meghan continued trying to touch them. The awkward footage quickly spread, with viewers saying kids always seem to pick up on her energy. 5. The Endeavor Awards flinch. While presenting at the Endeavor Awards, Meghan grabbed at the arm of a co-host with prosthetic legs, even after he physically recoiled twice. Only later did audiences learn about his prosthetics, making her insistence on touching him look careless and insensitive. 6. Overshadowing her friend's book launch. At a book event in Los Angeles, Meghan joined the panel to support her friend Courtney. But instead of letting Courtney speak, Meghan repeatedly leaned forward and interrupted mid-sentence.
What turned out to be 18 months.
And they documented all of this. I mean, we hadn't been in touch during that period, and I remember seeing it on Instagram and going, "Is that Courtney?" And they're in a minivan somewhere in South America.
Audience members looked uncomfortable, and the interviewer struggled to keep the discussion balanced. 7. Cutting Harry off at a mental health panel. During a 2023 mental health school program in New York, Prince Harry began discussing youth well-being, but Meghan repeatedly jumped in, talking over him and shifting the attention back onto herself.
I think we need to get out of this idea that, the young kids, there's something wrong with them. It's the world that we're allowing to be created around them.
When the car was first invented, there wasn't a seatbelt. You could smoke inside of your car.
Viewers noticed Harry becoming visibly tense as she took over the conversation. 8. The Windsor Flowers moment. During a walkabout outside Windsor Castle, an aide approached Meghan to help with the flowers she was carrying. Instead of a polite acknowledgement, she reacted with an abrupt flick of her hand and a sharp gesture, leaving the aide taken aback. The clip led many to argue she seemed more focused on performing for cameras than honoring the moment. 9. Moving a woman away from Harry at a polo match. At a charity polo event in Florida, Meghan appeared to shoo a woman away from Harry during a trophy presentation. She then repositioned the woman beside herself instead, a moment viewers labeled territorial and uncomfortable to watch. 10. The condescending Oprah interview attitude. During the Oprah tell-all, Meghan's tone was widely criticized as dismissive and superior, especially when discussing the royal family.
There are several conversations.
There's a conversation with you?
With Harry.
About how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh.
Her delivery came off sharp even when mentioning Kate Middleton, which heightened public backlash at the time. 11. Wedding staff confrontations. Reports from Meghan's wedding preparations alleged she shouted at staff over flowers and bridesmaids' dresses. Kate Middleton was reportedly reduced to tears after one confrontation. Although Meghan later insisted she was the one who cried, insiders said Kate only called her out for being rude to staff. 12. Turning her back on a speaker in Nigeria. During a school visit in Nigeria, a local woman was speaking directly to Meghan, yet Meghan abruptly turned her back during the remarks. The clip sparked outrage, with many saying it showed a lack of respect toward her hosts. 13. Snapping at a fan who wasn't filming her. In another public outing, Meghan confronted a bystander for filming her, only for it to be revealed later that the man wasn't recording her at all. The incident left viewers saying she'd let her frustration get ahead of the facts. Subscribe for more updates.